Welcome to this Qigong routine for Dao Yin and 12 Treasures Qigong. So we're starting with some silk reeling, going through the joints, starting with the wrists, making some gentle wrist circles, going one direction and then the other. Then moving on to the elbows, rotating the forearms around the axis of the elbows. The elbows stay generally in one place. And then we go the other direction. This warming of the body is called silk reeling, conditioning the connective tissue, and is a big part of Qigong. Now we're going to support the shoulder girdle here as we make a big circle, extending up through the fingertips to the heavens and drawing down towards the earth. Silk reeling is the idea of reeling silk out of a silkworm with these coiling movements and making the tissues smooth yet strong like silk. Supple and smooth. These slow, gentle, silken movements. Bringing more lubrication into the joints and into the fascia. You want to really be able to use the full range of motion for all of our joints, but without any pain. So if you're feeling any pain, you just want to modify with a smaller range of motion, maybe leading with the elbow here, or just making a smaller circle, or avoiding the movement altogether. Next, we're going to move on to the hips, so you might want to widen your stance, hands on your hips, and then as large a circle as you can with the hips. Pushing the pelvis back, side, forward, side, back. Really opening up the connection between the lower body and the upper body through the energy pathways, the meridian channels that run through the hips. This is a common area of blockage or stagnation of qi because of all the sitting and driving that we do. And then we'll step the feet together, slide the hands down to the knees, and do some circles here. Just encouraging more blood flow coming in to nourish the tissues. Trying to keep the feet flat on the floor, and this will also work the ankles and open up the sacrum area and the low back. Then we'll come back up, we'll step out, and you can either lift a heel to rotate and open up the ankle, or lift the whole leg up and rotate the ankle. This is just a preliminary step for releasing any stagnant areas of energy in the body and creating more space throughout all of the body, the joints. Then we're going to bend the tops of the toes onto the floor, open up the front of the foot, front of the ankle, shake it out. Moving on to the neck next, after we just activate the arches in the feet. So now we'll just do some gentle circles. Being mindful to have a tall neck going up and back so that we're not pinching the cervical spine here. So we're going to inhale on the way back, exhale through the mouth forward. Inhaling, exhaling. Now we're going to start to swivel from the hips and the waist and allow the arms to just gently wrap around, slapping and tapping on the body. Specifically, we have some soft fists just tapping gently on the muscles on either side of the spine. You can turn and lift a toe. Trying to really minimize the muscular effort in the arms and have the power coming up through the bottoms of the feet, all the way up through the fingertips. Next, we're going to do a Zen swing where we hinge a little bit forward. Swing the arms up, allow for a tiny suspension at the top. Widen your stance into a horse stance. And draw the arms up, back, down, and forward. Next, we're just going to do a gentle spinal twist. Looking over one shoulder, pressing off the opposite thigh. Very nice. Then we'll bring the toes forward and come into a forward fold. Just going to the point where you feel a challenge on the hamstrings, stretching there, and then going from one leg over to the other to open up the leg channels on the back of the body. And then we'll roll up, roll the shoulders back, and take a breath and feel your body. Lift and lower the chi, and we'll move into some more broader stretching through the muscles and the tendons. Starting with some I Ching Jing exercises where we create a long spine, tuck the chin in a little bit to lengthen the back of the neck. And then as we're lengthening, we're also drawing forward in a stretch with the arms outstretched. And then relaxing with an exhale. Inhale and stretch and lengthen. Exhale and retract like a rubber band. Relax. Fingers glide out to the horizons. And again, we lengthen and stretch. Exhale, release and relax. Inhale, lengthen vertically and horizontally, and then exhale, relax and soften. Last one, we inhale, crown, floating, and relax. Palms will flip, we'll stretch upwards, growing taller, feeling this through the rib cage, and then exhale and have that retraction. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, release. And draw the energy down. Then we're going to float the hands forward. Draw the fists in, chambering them by the ribs. We're going to breathe in. And then exhale. Draw that hand down and around to the other ear. Tuck the other hand behind the back. Inhale, open. Exhale, the spine comes back up while the head still stays tilted. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, release. Inhaling through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. And we're going to unwindmill that arm. Draw the other arm to meet it. Press. Exhale, release down. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, float the arms to the sides. And we'll do the other side, floating the hands forward. Inhale, exhale, chamber the fists. Inhale, opening up that left side of your neck and the upper shoulder, the tops of the shoulder. Just syncing the breath with the slow movement to start to ease the muscles with a sense of safety. One more stretch upwards and float the hands down. Feel your body, any sensations. And we're going to hinge forward from the hips for another neck opener called the stork spreads its feathers. We're going to gather with the forward palm and then draw the fingertips down with the palms facing backwards. Inhale, gather. Exhale, lengthen. Drawing the head up as the fingers draw the shoulders away from the head. Inhale, exhale. And then we'll tilt the ear to the shoulder and start to nod the head slowly over the shoulder from back, looking upwards, to front, looking down. Breathing in, and then exhaling through the mouth forward. Gently roll the chin to the chest. The ear comes to the other shoulder, and we'll nod. Breathing in on the way back, exhaling through the mouth on the way forward. Releasing any tightness, tension, any energy bound up in the tissues here in the neck and the tops of the shoulders, the upper back. And shake it out. Now we're going to come into a standing crane posture with the heels together, toes out. We're just going to breathe with the crane wings lifting up. And then exhale through the nose, lowering down. In through the nose and out through the nose. The hands kind of assisting the mind with deepening the breath, guiding the breath. And just kind of taking on, embodying the grace and precision of the crane. Let's draw the arms up as if floating up on the wind. Using an effortless effort. And then adding the lower body by sinking as the wings lower. And closing that down. Next, we're going to step forward. Arms will raise up, open, close. We shift the weight back as they come down. So arms are up, open, weight is forward, back and down, weight is back. Breathing in and opening the chest. Breathing out, closing it down. Here we are in a more yang position, yin position. Yang with the heart open and receptive. Yin, protective and contained. And physically, we're just taking on this movement like water, very fluid, almost an undulation through the upper back. And then we'll step back. Next is a balance challenge and an opening of the lower back and strengthening. So we're going to grab the knee in, pop it out, gently tap the heel to the ground. Really drive the hips back as we hinge forward for monk ties their shoe. Breathing in, drawing up to the chest. Breathing out with most of the weight really in the back foot for strength building, and then the stretch happening in the front leg. Then we'll come down and hold. And you can do what I'm doing here and pull the foot up. The goal isn't really to have this full forward fold and reach the foot. The goal is to really lengthen through the tissues. So whatever is a challenge for you is accomplishing that goal. If you can't balance like this with the knee hugged in and pop it out there, rest it down. You can just lift the leg and hold where you can reach. Breathing in and out with this Tao Yin stretch, guiding the stretch with the breath. With the weight in that back leg and stretch in the front. You should also really feel this in the low back and the side of the waist. And roll it up and draw that leg back in and settle the chi. Lifting and lowering the chi, balancing fire and water. And that's the end of the opening phase, the more dynamic phase of the practice. Now we'll go into some clearing of stagnation. Anything that's gotten stirred up through our warming and opening, we can release with some vibration techniques. Here we're going to lightly tap the heels on the floor, keeping the spine nice and long and calm, and then exhaling through the mouth, drawing this vibration all the way up from the bottoms of the feet through the vertebrae to the crown of the head, dissolving any stuck energy. And then lift the arms and simply just drop them to the sides. And then we'll combine this movement with the earlier movement. So we're going to lift the arms and the heels, dropping like a wooden post, and then reverberating with about 4 or 5 more bounces on each one. Breathing in, exhale, bounce, 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 bounce. Inhale, exhale, bounce, 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 bounce. Now we're going to turn the body, lift the back heel. One hand goes straight down, the other hand goes straight back, down and back. And then we're going to come back to center, drop the heel, and flick the fingers as if you're trying to flick water off the fingertips. And we inhale, 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 ha. Releasing. And then up and down, flicking the fingers downward, lifting the heel. Really flicking those fingers down towards the earth, releasing back into the earth. Anything old, stuck, stale, unnecessary. Kind of like clearing an Etch-a-Sketch board, resetting. And then we'll just shake like a tree, shake the body. Wrists are loose, neck is loose, hips are loose. Just generating this bouncing through the body with the legs. And just let it go. Let it go. Anything that's been building up in the body emotionally, anything weighing heavily on your mind, any worries, any judgments, any frustrations, we can let that go. Do some housekeeping here. Making room for new energy, fresh chi. And then take a breath. Pause, breathe, feel your body. Notice any sensations. With this relaxation response that you create. Now we'll move into our moving meditation with Tai Chi opening. Slow, deep breathing through the nose. Inhaling the hands up. Exhaling to sink down. Inhale, draw up by the wrist. Exhale, sink down from the elbow. Finding those slow breaths through your nose. Mind and body becoming one. In Qigong, we don't force our minds to focus. We just slow down the movement and breathing enough that the mind is naturally drawn to pay attention to the body. Now we're moving into Kuan Yi paints a rainbow. Lifting up the left hand, circling behind us, coming back and forward, and then lifting both hands up to shoulders and flipping that left palm down, sink down. Next, with the right hand circling up and behind, down, and that left hand's just waiting there, palm face down. Just keep alternating and with our breath. So inhaling up, exhaling down, up, flip the palm, exhale down. Inhale, touch the sky, the yang spaciousness. Exhale, touch the earth, the yin denseness. Bring it all back up and feel both earth and sky, and exhale, bringing your awareness into yourself. And we're moving into the 12 Treasures flow. With rowing the boat, we make a tiger's mouth, and we're guiding the chi up, guiding the energy around us into our body, bringing it back into ourselves. The hips go down and back as the arms go forward. So hips are moving opposite of the hands, down and back, sinking, and then a little forward motion. Breathing only through the nose now. Moving into kneading dough. Arms roll the opposite direction now. Drawing up and then pushing down the side channels like a rolling pin, rolling down the body. Now the hips are going the same direction as the hands and the arms. We're breathing in and then out on the way down. And as we push down, imagine some resistance coming through the hands as we push. Come up, breathing in to bring the chi into our body, pushing it through. Now the dog paddle, pinky edges. Start to one arm at a time, rolling forward down. Hips are just swiveling side to side, turning inward, with the weight landing in the arm that's rolling downwards with the dog paddle. Feeling this springy quality coming up through the feet, all the way up through the body, rolling off the fingers. And then the palms connect, holding an imaginary ball, and we continue that at a larger scale, swiveling of the hips, playing with the chi ball. We just shift and turn, dropping your awareness into the area near your hands, the lower dantian. We can keep our eyes slightly out of focus, or if you want to, you can close them. Now we're moving into the big guy, or Manta Ray, as we've been taught to call it. So we hinge forward, palms connect here, almost touching, and then we roll up in a wave. Hips push forward, and there's this spinal wave as the arms extend all the way out. We're going to breathe in, drawing that inhale up, and then exhale forward, breathing in. Feeling as if you're drawing that energy all the way up through your feet to beyond your fingertips. Now this is number 7, the fireworks. We cross below the wrists at the inner and outer gates. We lift overhead, and then palms float out to the sides. Breathing in and out, and in and out. Opening up the wrist gates is very important in Qigong. And settling down for the next exercise in birthday candles. Fingers point up like candles. Rotate behind your body, draw up through under the arms and forward. Breathing in and out, and in and out. And then embrace the world. The hands circle in front, gathering to the dantian. We reach out, gather chi from around us, draw it in. Perhaps not literally drawing it in. We're first working to build awareness. Inhale, exhale. Building awareness. The chi follows the structure of the body. The chi follows the quality of our breath. And the chi will follow our awareness. So bringing our awareness again to the lower dantian. And then now moving to stirring it through the dantian, or rejuvenating. We brush up the side of the body diagonally here. And then start to shift the weight, drawing up from the hip to the below the lung. And you can stay there with just the front of the body, or you can glide off the back of the body. Again, diagonally from the rib to the hip. So sweeping up and then down, sweeping up and then down, and then just brushing off the buttocks. So up, down, shifting the weight up and down. Brushing the body, helping to soothe, calm the nervous system. It can take a little bit to get used to at first, this coming up one side and then down the other. And doing that simultaneously with both hands. Just relaxing into the movement, into the flow. And then taking this a little further into a yin massage, be called chi brushing, and brushing along the chi belt here 3 times. We'll do that again. Breathe in, palms touch, bend at the elbows, brush down the back of the legs, up the insides of the legs, and then the chi belt brushing. And then we'll close the flow with the final 12th treasure, walking in place. Hands push forward and then the heel picks up on the same side. Again, feeling this buoyancy in the body, trying to bring back that youthful, springy quality to the tissues. Lift and lower the chi. And we'll pull down the heavens. Again, here, a body scan, moving awareness, head, chest, pelvis, legs, feet. Inhale. And exhale, moving awareness through the body. Gradually, the chi will start to follow this pattern of awareness, causing the chi to sink to the Tian, to fill up our reserves, or allowing any stagnation to slough off the body into the earth. Just let the chi follow the awareness. And close it down. Draw the feet in close together for bamboo in the wind. Hands on the lower dantian. Just relax your body. Feel your crown lifting and the whole rest of your body melting and relaxing downward. Let your body rock and sway, breathing naturally through the nose. Like a bamboo in the wind. Just notice anywhere in the body that's holding on to tightness and just seeing that with each breath, if you can soften a little more. Keep awareness with your body, with your breath, in the present moment, centered in the present, aware of the breath and the natural sway of the body, not trying to force or change anything, just present with your senses. Slowly shift your weight to one foot, step out with the other and circle the belly, gathering some of the chi we've developed to the lower dantian area. Big breath in and release with a sigh. Welcome to this full Qigong routine with silk reeling, Daoyuan stretching, and 12 treasures flow.